I grew up in a dictatorship, and I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that.
Ilhan Omar just said that this America is turning into one of the worst countries in the world, and I sat there thinking, how does someone who escaped a war-torn country, who rose to Congress, look at the freest nation on earth and spit in its face? It just begs to ask how far, left activists would, go to paint the very instruments of peace they enjoy just to give Donald Trump a bad name.
Masked, armed men who are in plain clothes that are snatching people off the streets, unwilling to identify themselves. You have the military being deployed in our streets. My God, this is America. You have states' rights being disregarded. So, a constitutional crisis that's being created in front of our eyes. And the same week where we have a president who has deployed the military, who are trained to kill our enemies, not Americans, but our enemies, are in our streets.
She goes on democracy now, surrounded by cameras, journalists, and all funded by the freedom she claims doesn't exist, and calls protecting the nation a constitutional crisis. No, Congresswoman, a police state is what you escaped. A police state is where critics vanish, where elections are theater, and, where speech is licensed by government. Here you can touch the flag, curse the president, and walk free. You can even run for Congress while attacking the country that let you do it. That's not oppression. That's American tolerance stretched to its breaking point. And let's talk about the hypocrisy. The same people screaming police state, we are silent when the FBI raided Trump's home. They were cheering when pro-life protesters, were arrested, and when conservatives were banned, shadow banned, and even debunked. If America feels like it's, changing, it's not because of Trump. It's because your party was turning the Constitution into Swiss cheese before Trump stepped in. They broke the border and allowed aliens. They broke the law, and now they want to break the very idea of America and deny its citizens the right to safety.
I grew up in a dictatorship, and I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that.
The stats can do the talking, and even Democrat governors know that the crime rates dipped significantly, wherever feds were sent in.
To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries where the military are in our streets without any regard for people's constitutional rights, while our president is spending millions of dollars propping himself up like a failed dictator with a military parade. It is really shocking, and it should be a wake-up call for all Americans to say this is not the country we were born in. This is not the country we believe in. This is not the country our founding fathers imagined.
I don't hate Ilhan Omar. I pity her because she's the perfect symbol of what happens when gratitude dies, when success turns into resentment, and when comfort breeds contempt. She looks at this nation, the one that gave her everything, and, sees only the imperfections. But a real leader doesn't tear down the house that sheltered them, they fix the roof. Trump is trying to fix the roofs that, got bad under the Democrats, her political party. It's funny how the same people calling Trump a failed dictator tried to impeach him with lies and went as far as censoring him. Surely one of the greatest, highlights of gaslighting. Well, military parade or not, Trump's use of federal might makes true American citizens feel safe. And Ilhan, if you don't feel safe, it surely has everything to do with your dislike for Trump.